Let's look at the lineup. As a reminder, you saw Brandon Korn, James Abbott, Jason Brown, and John Douglas. But who's on the scene now? It's Jeff Abrams in Piperzilla, John McCardle in a mall, Rip Shandell, which is the best name ever, in a 180, and Steve Hill in another 180. So it's the 180s, the mall, and the Cherokee for you in this second heat. Let's see the Piperzilla flag. I've gotten one of those before. Looks like he's been released. We've got a green flag. Doesn't have the advantage of the angle of attack that the other airplanes have, but look at him bring it into the air. Rip Shandell. Maybe could have pulled a little early, but his wife and his golden retriever that's named Pungo. Here's Steve Hill from Greenwood, South Carolina. I don't know if that plane could maybe be louder. Look at that. Just as he's off, look who's here to say hello. Jeff Abrams and Piperzilla just sliding on those brakes. Competing for prize packages. Good over the line for John McCardle, bouncing it in, getting those brakes locked up, keeping that tail down. Keep that tail down, John. There we go. He's got it stopped.
That the Doolittle Raiders and their B-25 launched from.
Different kind of stole, but maybe a little similar in terms of the comfort you'd have landing on the deck. There's a pilot rated in a B-25 and a DC-7. That was a pretty healthy scratch for Steve Hill. The scoring, though, is very tight there. If you look at where John McCardle is compared to the next competitor, he's only 10 feet behind the next competitor, who's only at the controls. John McCardle now having to make up about 100 feet. Tail nice and high. Whoa, giving it mowing the lawn a little bit there. I love the 180 separately. Might be one of my dream planes. So much utility. Not quite ready to fly for Steve Hill there. Now he's off the ground.
You're doing a lot to this airplane. Let's talk about what was it like in that cockpit when you had that little wingtip dip.
Man, that thing gave out on me coming off, and I thought I was going to park it in the museum. They're a great airplane, but you know, I want a Cub.
Is it for the competition? You want to get a little bit shorter in the distance? You want to go have some more fun in the backcountry?
Still be super competitive. We're going to have a really cool engine and a really custom airplane.
The guys back at Korn Collision absolutely taking this airplane to the next level. It sounds great. We're going to continue watching.
Rip Shandell getting that tail up as he's heavy on the brakes. He sounds like an aviation superhero. Rescue you. My name is Rip Shandell. Steve Hill coming in now. Looking like a scratch for Rip Shandell, by the way. There's Steve Hill over the line. Also a scratch. So the 180s having a hard time getting a score on the board, currently in the second heat of touring class. Well, they come around. I want to talk about company, and I've actually been drinking their coffee all day. That's why I'm so wired up. Legendary Aviation Coffee Company. It's never bitter. The giant Brandon Korn getting that tail up. Knees off. He does know because he's been given a text or a WhatsApp message, but he shouldn't know. Here's Rip Shandell ripping the circuit. And And he is off the ground.
I got a stupid grin on my face because it's so much fun, but unpleased with my performance today. But I think I got at least one good run in, and it's really exciting in this class this time. Really enjoying it.
Jeff Abrams just getting on the ground.
We were fortunate enough to make our dream come true, make a living at it, and now we're out here doing it for fun. So it's been really great.
It's an amazing thing to get the youth out and involved. What are some representative of our culture? And we are gonna kick it back to you, Ryan, so you can share more.
Good over the
Hey,
line
there
for
it is.
Steve Hill. Now he's just got to get it stopped. Look, those wheels, those tires are totally locked up. Just sliding on that rubber. For that roll potentially.
I am not 100% certain, but I feel like some 180s were used by Air America pilots in Vietnam for some of that liaison type work.
I could use to, instead of me just randomly quizzing you, I could just use this device that maybe could exist, that I could figure that out here.
I don't know what that would be.
Yeah, no one's invented that yet. Here's John McCardle now. Tail very high. Whoa! Okay.
Whoa.
All right. Yeah, we're just mowing the lawn there. Currently in 8th. Some really get that figured out. Here's Steve Hill now, the final run of the touring class. Coming soon. There's Piper Zilla on the ground.
Yeah, we've talked about the liaison type airplanes in the collection. Probably has the best STOL type performance of any of the fighters that we have at the Military Aviation Museum.
There's nothing to sneeze at.
Yep.
And a scratch. Standings. In first place, John McCardle with a best run of 306. Brandon Korn, best score of 357. Jason Brown, 422. John Douglas, 443. Jeff Abrams, 518. Steve Hill, 541 feet combined. James Abbott with 555. And Rip Shandell bringing up the rear with the coolest name, but the highest score of 581 feet. So we are going to take a quick break.